Hello, this is Type, the coach of Helsinki High Jump Kicks, and this is the second week of Vela. We are facing Leafy of the A team, and for a long time it looked that we may not get a battle at all because I couldn't. I mean, she didn't show up in Discord, so uh, I was worried for a while that if just she has just gone, but luckily she just was very busy. We are getting this match a day late, but it doesn't matter. It's a match I love that I love battling, especially with this team. I love my team so much. And apparently we have the team open already here, so my team obviously Tonti, Infernape, Mesprit, Whimsicott, Empoleon, Larias, Megadine, Seaguller, Virizion, Lifebird, Rotom Frost, and Garbodor, and our opponent's team. Man, how do I? Okay. Anyways, Leafy's team: Mega Sableye, Garchomp, Keldeo, Togekiss, Metagross, Chandelure, Violet Bloom, Floatzel, Pangoro, Gastrodon, Leafeon, and Luxray. And right away we can see, actually we have a great matchup because our team it's very weak to fairy spam, especially to Mega Diancie. So uh, let's go and see the teams. Before I go deeper into my team, I want to say that Leafy is one of the new guys. She's one who had no league experience before. Uh, she played Max week 1, lost 3-0, but unfortunately neither of them remembered to save the replay of their match. So I actually have no idea how she played. Is she good if the match was, it was tight, or was it just Max being dominant, or how it was? I have no idea how she plays. What I can expect. So I have to kind of just try to cover everything as well as I can. And luckily, as I said, I have a very good matchup, so it should not be a problem. As you can see, I'm bringing that double fairy spam. I'm bringing Mega Diancie, I'm bringing Whimsicott, Tornadus T, I'm bringing Golok and Mesprit and Rotom Frost, and of course Whimsicott, Golok, and Mesprit having their first appearance of this season. And let's start with our Diancie. It's pretty straightforward set, pretty standard. Moonblast, Diamond Storm, Alpha, Protect, enough speed to outspeed Keldeo, and apparently 20 speed has been messed up by Showdown, so now there's everything I want. Rest in attack to get a bit more power for Diamond Storm. Thanks to me having the Mega Dynasty, I don't really have to fear about Mega Sableye, and also I hit very hard against pretty much anything. Scarf Guard Jump, of course, I can't check, but I have other things for that. Metagross is a threat. If she doesn't bring Metagross, I should win 6-0. But if she does, and I expect her to bring it, and I hope she brings it, uh, you know, I have to wait until I get rid of it to just be able to spam moves with Mega Diancie. She has Violet Bloom. I don't know if she's gonna bring that, but I have Tornadus for that, I guess. Next up, I've got. Or should I? I mean, this coverage is pretty self-explanatory. Earth Power there mainly for to deal damage to Metagross if needed. To Luxray, I guess. Banded Luxray can be a huge threat to my team, honestly. Next, Whimsicott. Life for Moonblast, Giga Drain, Leech Seed, U-turn. Enough speed to, I believe, outspeed a That must be some kind of a scarf, or I believe scarf Pangoro. I think it's for scarf Pangoro. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. My Discord apparently messing up. Not messing up, but I should mute it. Okay, and Moonblast therefore the Fairy Spam, Giga Drain, good against Gastrodon, Floatzel, Keldeo. I mean, Moonblast probably over it, but you know, nice stab there. Kinda some recovery if we need it. Lead Sheet is there mainly so that I can catch a possible Metagross switching in and U-turn for momentum, and yeah, just the unneeded. I mean, the EVs that I don't need for speed are in HP, and Tornado's T, pretty standard again, with some random random IVs. I mean random EVs. I've got Assault Vest set with Hurricane Heat with knockoff and U-turn. Um, Hurricane obviously hits a lot of things very hard. It hits guard jump very hard. I actually believe that, yeah, one of the calcs I did. I think I should be able to two-shot an offensive guard jump with Hurricane. I've Heat Wave for Metagross and for maybe Leafy or Wild Plume, obviously, and knockoff Chandelure mainly. Also, Metagross doesn't like its item taken or guard jump. Very nice move to just spam and U-turn for that momentum and speed. Same thing as with Whimsicott. To outspeed a Scarf Pangoro. Max special attack. 12 attack to actually 2-hit KO Chandelure from full health with knockoff. It actually needs just those 12 to do that. With 12 knockoff with an item does minimum of 60% and without an item minimum of 40%. And Hurricane, I think I obviously said that, you know, Keldeo. I'm pretty sure it's of course it's a one shot, unless it's like AV, which I'm not expecting. But overall, Tornadus is a great Keldeo check. Also have Ladias in the back, so I wouldn't be even surprised if she didn't bring Keldeo at all. Next up, I have Golurk. Golurk's got Stealth Rock, Ice Punch, Earthquake, Toxic with Iron Fist, and max defense. And also, like Golurk and also my Mesprit, their dedicated job is to check physically offensive mons from Leafy's team. Also, Golurk obviously sets up rocks, but it can also check things like offensive guard jump, Metagross. I'm not actually sure about Pangoro. I don't think I can check Pangoro, but Luxray as well. Those three mainly. As I said, an offensive Luxray is actually a pretty huge threat to my team. And you know, EVs just to take hits, physical hits as well as possible. And also Mesprit, same thing. I've got 3 coverage moves with Thunder Wave, Shadow Ball for Metagross and Chandelure, Energy Ball for Keldeo and Gastrodon, and Dazzling Gleam for you know, the Fairy Spam, which you already know does very well against Leafy's team. Funnily enough, I don't actually have any coverage move for that Violet Bloom, even though my stab does super effective to it, but I don't bring stab this week. Thunder Wave is there mainly for a rock polish variant of Metacross, uh, but of course it's nice to spam against anything like definitely Keldeo or let's say Chandelure. They won't like getting paralyzed. But you know, with Mesprit and Golok, my plan is to wear down the physically offensive threats and like remove their threat. How should I say this? I'm a bit tired, you know. Anyway, my last mon, Rotom, is there mainly to just check any kind of Togekiss. I can't get paralyzed, Air Slash doesn't do much to me, and I will outspeed even the Scarf variant, so I can just spam discharges basically. I've discharged because I'm pretty sure that T-Ball doesn't KO anyway, so I can just spam discharges, hope to get some paras. I've Shadow Ball as coverage for Metacross and Chandelure. And you know, Volt Switch Discharge Blizzard. Obvious stab. I also have that nice Volt turn going on here, so yeah. This is my team, pretty straightforward this week. I just want to have that immediate offensive threat there. Nothing too weird needed this week. I'm definitely gonna bring some crazier sets in the future weeks. I already know that as a fact, so please stay tuned for that. But now is the battle itself. Okay, so here is the battle, and as you can see, she brought Vileplume, which, you know, I didn't really look at its set, so I'm not exactly sure what it can do. Definitely afraid of Sleep Powder. She did not bring Metacross, which, as I said, is good news for us. And other than that, you know, there's Mega Sableye. You know, would be pretty annoying against any other team matchup, but not against this one. And Keldeo, you know, I'm not very afraid, nor what Chandelure actually. Torn pretty much handles single-handedly half of his team. There's a Togekiss, so I have the Rotom. So I decided to lead off with Diancie get the Mega off right away, if because I was kinda expecting Sableye lead. So that indeed happens, and Mega will go straight for Moonblast, as she actually has made a pretty nice preparation there, as she goes for Fake Out. And at this point, I'm not expecting her to stay in, so I actually go for Diamond Storm to just hit something as in comes Vileplume, as it actually takes Diamond Storm very well, so I obviously can't stay in, except I can because I protect. So I go for Protect. I really want to scout what she wants to do. I'm obviously actually I'm afraid of Sleep Powder, even though, you know, she can't Sleep Powder me. So actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure she just was afraid to click it because I had the Diancie in the back, so maybe that's that. But anyway, I protect. I switch into my my Tornadoes to take any hit, and I just proceed to Hurricane as she makes a safe play. Switches into Garchomp as I miss my Hurricane, and I don't want to take any risk. I don't want to risk that Garchomp being Scarf, so I switch into my Mesprit. I think that Mesprit has a bit more bulk than Golok, so I go into Mesprit. as she actually goes for EQ, so that works perfectly for me. And I just click Dazzling Gleam, want to do a little bit of damage. In comes the Sableye, and that Dazzling Gleam does absolutely nothing. So now just looking that the Vileplume is probably physically defensive, and Sableye is specially defensive probably. I switch into Diancie because it can wall and counter the Sableye pretty much. And now I make a double switch because I'm expecting her to bring Violet Bloom because I already know it is her dedicated switching to my Diancie. So I get my tone in and I'm free to fire off a Hurricane as in comes Chandelure. I hit the Hurricane, it does a nice amount and I just decide to stay in and finish that thing off with a knockoff as she goes for overheat and obviously with my AV and the Chandler being a Scarf variant, I'm easily able to take that overheat and get that knockoff off. In comes the Togekiss and once again I'm fearing a Scarfer even though she already revealed one, but I don't have to take any risks, so I actually switch into my Rotor Machine Nasty Plots up. I perfect discharge because it's a 2 KO. As I get a crit, which you know it sucks for her, but um, there was nothing that Togekiss could have done against my Rotom anyway. She makes a nice switch there. Gets a Vileplume into that discharge. I'm forced to switch out, and I really don't want to switch into Taunt because she might still have the sleep powder. So I go into my Mesprit and she just goes for Sludge Bomb for damage. And I'm kind you know, I'm betting that Psychic. I mean, I'm bluffing the Psychic, so I'm gonna double into my Torn, and she goes for Giga Drain. I'm not sure why. So I just get to fire off a Hurricane and kill the Violet Plume, and now pretty much my fairy is just with the game. So in comes Garchomp. I still once again I don't want to risk the Scarf because she has 4 possible Scarfers. So um, I don't have to risk it, so I don't. I switch into Mesprit this time. She goes for Stone Edge. Makes no difference. I'm max defense, so I can just fire off some Boom Blasts. She gets a procs, doesn't matter. I get a crit. You know, it's not a, you know, in the end it didn't really matter, but obviously I got a bit more hacks than she did. So there's that. She goes for Dragon Tail, kind letting me expect that she's probably the defensive tank jump. So I just knock off because it's my most accurate move as she reveals the Rocky Helmet. And now in comes the Keldeo. No, it actually doesn't. Not in comes Togekiss as I just go for Heat Wave because it's more accurate than Hurricane. She probably was hoping the Hurricane to miss there, I believe. In comes Keldeo, and you know what, I expect Scarf and switch out simply because I can, and I have a very good switch in Whimsicott as she makes a nice play, goes for Substitute, but it doesn't matter, there's no way she can beat me anymore. So what I can do is just spam some Giga Trains, and actually now I believe she just goes for Hydro Pump and misses. No, she goes for Scald, okay. Never mind. She goes for Scald, I can go for a Moonblast as she tries to still take a hit. But obviously she can't because I switch my move into Moonblast. So Sableye dies, and so does the Keldeo to the next Moonblast. So you know that was GG. as I said in the team builder, if she doesn't bring Metagross, this is probably a 6-0, and that exactly happens. And I did the team builder before this battle, so I actually did not know that this would happen. But I feel that Metagross would have been so essential for her against me because of my offensive fairy core. That not getting it or not bringing it against me was, I feel, a big mistake. It was definitely the biggest mistake he did. Like, otherwise, I feel uh, her playing and planning was okay. The sets, of course, were pretty standard, but you know, in this league, you can get wins with standard sets, and I'm pretty sure that she's not gonna. I mean, she's definitely gonna get victories during this season. I think, but we get a we get a W here, and we actually move to the lead of our division, which is nice. And next week we're gonna play East, who is one of the new guys. Geist, Moongeist beam, new guys, and you know, he has a pretty scary team. Definitely not as good of a matchup for us than this week. So I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Have to do some more careful planning there, more out of the box planning. But that will be next week stuff for Fella. This is all for this time. This is Stibe signing out. Bye bye.